So let's start with number 1. To divide this trinomial by a binomial, the first thing we need to do is to come up with the expression following your long division in your elementary years. And that would mean we are going to draw here this, okay, expression where we place here our, okay, we place here our dividend and our divisor here outside. Okay, so we are going to solve for this expression step by step. As mentioned last time, we have 4 different steps. We start with the division of the first term by the first term. If you are actually having problems with regards to the expressions being marked like this, or may mga there are notations later on, I suggest you place your solutions here at the side to make your computations here a little bit um, readable. So let's start with the first step. Your first distribution is, division rather, is x squared over x. If you look into this just by one term versus one term, it's easier for us to solve for the quotient using the division law. You will have x 2 minus 1. Again, 2 minus 1, which will give you the first quotient. Again, this is the first quotient, x. This is the first quotient of your first division process, and hence we are going to place the result somewhere here. Now, other references would like to write them here so that it corresponds to the term with also x. Well, it doesn't matter where you place it, simply place it there for your result. That is the first step. The second step is the step of multiplication. It means we are going to multiply our first quotient, place here at the top, x, by your divisor here, which is x minus 5. Take note that you are dividing or multiplying rather the entire binomial with the monomial term here. And if that is the concern, actually, if you're going to look here, you're multiplying here into that as well. But it looks too complicated for some who cannot or are actually in confusion with multiple markings. So it's just like this one here, but you're going to use the distributive property. The distributive property allows us to multiply x times x. And as mentioned last time, you may always use plus a separator and you will have x times negative 5. When we use plus a separator, the negative or the subtraction here becomes the sign of the second term, hence you have negative 5. After this, you solve it step by step. So this is under multiplication, hence we use multiplication law. Earlier was under division, and we have division law. Right now we have multiplication law. So here we have x, 1 plus 1, or you can just simply write it here. Kasi, let's start with 1 plus 1 plus 5 times, a negative 5 times x is negative 5x, which will give you the result of x squared minus 5x. So this is our first product after this process. This product then will be placed here at the bottom. So your first product is x squared minus 5x. Again, this is your first product, x squared minus 5x. The next process is subtraction. And when you subtract, it's very important that you take note that the subtrahend would be this entire result here, not just x squared, but the entire expression. To see that clearer, we write here the values of your dividend that could be subtracted, x squared minus 3x. And then you have this minus this result, which is x squared minus 5x. So the third part is subtraction. And when you subtract, you need to understand that the operation before the grouping symbol is subtraction. And when we remove the grouping symbol rather, the signs of the terms inside the binomial will be changed to its opposite sign. That's the ruling. So this would mean this is equal to x squared minus 3x. Then since it's negative here, the positive x squared becomes negative x squared, and the negative 5x becomes positive 5x. If you're wondering how it happened, we simply distributed the sign here and here. And when you use distribution, it's multiplication. That's why negative times positive, negative. Negative times negative, positive. To finish this first step, you just need to look into the terms that could be combined. I'm talking about this term and this term. Don't forget that in this process here, it's just subtraction or addition. And the only thing we are going to consider when subtracting or adding polynomials is the concept of likeness of terms. And if terms are like, we do not manipulate exponents. We just simply copy the literal coefficients together with the exponents, and then we operate the numerical coefficient. Just like this, 1 minus 1. That's why this entire should be 0. Again, 1 minus 1 becomes 0. The remaining terms, this is included, negative 3 plus 5. Again, negative 3 plus 5 will give you 2x. Okay? So will give you 2x. This result will be placed here, 2x for your first difference. This is your first quotient. This was your first product. This was your first difference using subtraction. And the last step is to simply bring down this term here. So you will have minus 10. This expression here, this one, is the first result. Again, the first result of your processes here. The first result. But this first result is not yet over since this can still be divided with x. When can we say that we are going to end our steps? We are going to end our steps if this term here, after repeating the process, if the first term can no longer be divided with this term. So let's find out if it can still be divided using the second round. You will have here division. 2x over x. First term to first term. And since you have the same x, what you can do is you can use here cancellation law. You can use cancellation law, or you could stick to our laws of exponents. 2x 1 minus 1, which is 2x to the power of 0, which will give you 2, and any exponent or any expression with exponent 0 is just equal to 1. Then it will still be resulting to 2. Or, what I mentioned earlier, you could just simply use the cancellation law, and what retains here is just 2. That's why the result here is 2. So this is your second quotient. The second quotient will be placed here, but it's not enough to say I'm going to place 2 here, nor I'm going to place 2 here, or worse, you're going to place 2 as an exponent. That's incorrect. What you need to do is to consider the sign of this. This is positive 2. Again, positive 2. So by positive 2, we use here plus 2. If in case this is negative, we are going to place here negative 2. But then again, it's positive. So we are going to place here positive 2. This is now the first, the second quotient. And then we continue the process after division, multiplication, and then proceed to subtraction and look into other terms that could be brought down if there are any. Let's proceed to multiplication. Okay? Multiplication is here. Okay? 2. And then you're going to multiply 2 to the entire divisor x minus 5. Just like earlier, your first quotient was x. So quotient times your divisor, x minus 5. Here, our second quotient is 2 times x minus 5. Distributive property will give you the product of 2 and x plus a separator 2 times negative 5. And then it will give you 2x. Then since it's negative, you have minus 10. Again, positive times negative is negative. 2 times 5, 10. This is your second product. We are going to place that here. So we are going to place 2x minus 10. Again, 2x minus 10. The third step is subtraction. Again, when you subtract, it's the entire expression. So writing it here, you will have 2x minus 10 minus the entire expression 2x minus 10. Now, some of you might say this will really result to 0. That's correct. But it's not enough for you to do that all the time. You need to do this for checking. So you will have 2x minus 10. When you remove this grouping symbol, the signs inside will change. From positive 2, you'll have negative 2x. And negative 10 will become positive 10. This again, the process of distributing the sign using multiplication. And hence you have that expression. To finalize this, you just need to get the result. 2x minus 2x is 0x. That will be removed. Okay, that's for this. And negative 10 plus 10 will also result to 0. In short, the final answer will have 0 here for the final subtraction. We place it here, 0. And for the last step, which is bring down, no other terms can be brought down. This is now the end of our process. Our answer is what appears here at the top. This is our answer. The quotient, when x squared minus 3x minus 10 is divided by x minus 5, is x plus 2.